Today I'd like to tell you about 3 examples that I've put together for those of you that have decided you want to come to Armenia, Colombia for 6 months to confirm whether it's where you would like to live in your retirement. I have advised all the way along my clients that if you don't know Armenia, you should rent for at least 6 months so that you know, not just think, but that you know Armenia, Colombia is for you. My name is William Hutchison. My wife and I own Armenia, Colombia Realty for Expats. And the name says what we're about. Our focus is on expats, the preservation of their capital, the prevention of getting gringoed, the tips that we can give them to make their life easier and also less expensive here. I'm going to talk in terms of total, what your expenses will be for a month. There's a couple of qualifications. The number I'm going to use for food is $250 a month. That's about what I'm spending now. To clarify that, included in the $250 is anything that I can get from the big box retailer. So it includes toothpaste, shampoo, soaps, cleaning up liquids, dish soap, those sorts of things, paper products, but does not include eating out. When we eat out, we use that or take that money from disposable income. So it's probably pretty close to a wash. We don't eat out a lot. My wife doesn't like to eat out. She would rather cook and eat in. The other thing that's not included is alcohol. We don't drink a lot, but anytime that we do buy beer or rum or whiskey, perhaps we have guests coming, that isn't included in the food budget either. I'm going to use $100 for services. $75 to $80 will cover you for most months. That's your hydro, your water, your internet, and your gas for cooking. I'm going to do a video to bring those sorts of things up to date at the end of the month. I'm just waiting for my monthly bills. And once I have them all, I'm going to do an up-to-date video on the services. I suspect it might be $85 now. The reason I'm going to use $100 is because I'm going to put $20 in for a cell phone plan. Not necessary, but it's kind of nice to have, and it also rounds things up. So the services and the food are $350 a month. I'm using 4,300 pesos to the dollar. The peso has strengthened 13% this year. It's around 4,300. It looks like it's going to weaken more, but it's moved in the direction opposite to what my experts were predicting even as little as 6 or 8 weeks ago. So we'll see where that goes, but obviously if you come here and the peso is weaker, then these numbers are going to be even less. Let's get started. I have notes. I don't really want to miss anything. I'm going to include the numbers in the comment section below, and you can follow along, and perhaps my comments will clarify some things that you're not really clear about, because the listings, of course, are in Spanish. I want to start with the 3-bed, 2-bath. And by the way, all of these are in barrios that I've covered off in separate videos. This first one here is on Carrera 19. The second one is on Centenario. And the third one is in Castellana, which is the best barrio in the city. But there's individual videos on all of those that I've done in perhaps the last 2 weeks, and you can see other listings there. 3 bedroom, 2 bath, 650 square feet, has a pool on the 6th floor. It's $291 plus 35, $326 a month. From this apartment, you can walk everywhere. It's a good location. The largest mall is perhaps 5 blocks. The largest mall here has the big box retailer, very similar to Walmart. A lot of tiendas, 3 floors, a little food court with maybe 9 or 10 places that you can get different food. Has a couple of banks. It's a pretty convenient place. It gets very, very busy on the weekends and is spotlessly clean. It's really not to be missed, and anyone coming here, I think, will be using it quite a bit. So that at $326, let's call it $325, along with your food and services, comes in at $675 for your month. $675 in the US, what does that get you? I mean, probably your services. On that note, I saw a rental agreement yesterday for a rental in the southern United States, and the rent on a 12-month contract was $3,200 a month for a 2-bedroom. I live for 4 months on $3,200 a month, actually a little more than 4 months, for $3,200 US a month. So I know sometimes the prices maybe don't look realistic, but I can guarantee you they are. Second one I want to look at is a 2-bed, 2-bath. It's on Centenario. As I say, I did a video on that. 600 square feet, which is kind of nice because the rooms will be a little bigger than the essentially same size 3-bedroom. Sometimes when you get into these 3 bedrooms, the bedrooms themselves are pretty tight. But this one with 2 bedrooms on 600 square feet is nice. It has a pool. It's on the 15th floor. This one, I know the building. It's an 18-story building, but the nice thing about this apartment is it has access through a magnetic card to a gate that leads to probably the 3rd largest mall in Armenia. It has a Home Depot type store. It has some little places you can pick up snacks. It has a grocery store, a lot of little tiendas. This one is also about 50 meters from a gym, privately owned, called Body Tech, large gym, and maybe 100 meters from a very large grocery store. So for those items, it's very convenient. It's 5 blocks to the main street. You would walk through the medical. In Armenia here, the medical facilities, except for the hospital, are pretty much concentrated in a 3 square block area. Private clinics, private hospitals, specialists, dentists, insurance companies, those sorts of things. So you would walk through that. And then the major mall that I spoke of in the first 3-bedroom, 2-bath would be probably 10 or 12 blocks. You wouldn't need to go there unless you wanted something specific, because the main street has a lot of things that you would probably be looking for. And on the main street, there's other banks, there's lots of little restaurants, there's another grocery store. It's just, this is a convenient place. This one is $349 plus the admin, and the admin's not showing. But my guess is, I know the building, I don't think it would be more than $400. So if you add that to the $350 for food and services plus your cell phone, you're at $750 a month. Again, with the peso at 4,300. If the peso goes to 4,500 in the next month or time that it takes you to get here, then you're probably looking at 700. The last one is a 1-bedroom, 1-bathroom. Big deal with this one is it's furnished. You're not going to be obligated to lay out. I did a video on doing a 2-bedroom at $4,500 US. I think if it were me, And this is a nice 1-bedroom, really well furnished, looks in nice condition. They haven't spared much money furnishing it. It looks like quality furniture. Of course, I'm only looking at photos, but I think this would be my choice because I don't have to lay out the $4,000 to $5,000. I don't need to take that risk that Armenia may not be for me, and I end up selling what I bought for 25 or 30%. The other thing with the selling for 25 or 30%, it'll be a lot of aggravation. Yeah, and you don't want that. This one is 600 square feet. It's in the best barrio in Armenia, Castellana. There's a better barrio, but it's out at the airport, and it's expensive, and there's no rentals anyway. See, on this listing, they want a minimum of a 1-year contract, but I think that would be negotiable. It's on the 6th floor. The negative for me with this listing is there's no pool. I only went this far. There was 200 and I think it was 7 listings between 275, I think, to 400 that I put in for American dollars converted to pesos, of course. So there might be some other 1-bedrooms for similar money in a good barrio, but also have a pool. Castellana, for some reason, it's hard to find a building over there that has a pool. So that's the downside. This one comes in at 800. It's $395 plus the admin. I put 55 on for admin, so it's $450 plus the $350 for your food, services, and cellular. You're $800 a month. All of these are good places to live for 6 months until you decide whether you want to retire to Colombia or you maybe want to retire somewhere else. It's Colombia has a lot of different environments that you can live in. It has the sea where it's hot and humid. It has little pueblos on mountainsides that are a little bit cooler. It has the big cities. It has the small cities, medium-sized like Armenia, perhaps at 325,000 people. Also has the pueblos, fincas. You can live rurally. It's not anything that we recommend. My #1 priority with expats here is to get them into gated premises, as all of these will be. That's it for the video for today. If there's any concerns that you want clarified, please get in touch with me. If there's other subjects that you would like me to cover, maybe there's some that I have covered already but didn't go into enough depth for you, please get a hold of me. Please click the subscribe button. It's either the logo on the bottom right or my photo. I would appreciate it. It gets the information out to more people based on how the YouTube algorithm is set up. It will help other people, and that's the whole goal of the channel. I'm William Hutchison, Armenia, Colombia Realty for Expats. I'm going to have a great day. Why? Because I live in paradise.